Hello and welcome to the October 6th edition of the SIG Kubernetes ContribEx Contributor Communications Subproject. That's not a mouthful, but happy Friday. We are very happy to be here. We hope you are too. Friendly reminder, this is a CNCF hosted meeting. That means the CNCF Code of Conduct applies. That means if you violate it, I'm going to call your mom. That's how I deal with it. So just run with
He is our official dealing with random stuff that happens person.
True.
Weird
Anyways,
stuff. I don't remember how we phrased that.
yeah, the lead of weird stuff, I think is what you
Okay, I
said.
believe, yeah. That's
All
right.
right. I'm Chris Short, by the way. I work at AWS and I am the co-lead here, and I'm happy to welcome anyone new to the call, but I'm looking at the four of us in here and none of us are. So we can get started, I think.
Welcome new people on YouTube.
Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, I thank you.
Indeed.
All right.
I didn't actually make notes.
Oh, whoops. I,
I'll make
had
that for
I
you now while you think
Thank you.
about if there's anything you want to talk about.
There is one thing I want to talk about.
Perfect.
I have to find Slack real quick though. So, oh God,
Cool.
and I have to do the new Slack. Oh
Oh, is
boy.
it the tag thing?
No, this is the CLA thing.
Oh, well, you might want to talk
Um,
about the tag thing too.
the tag thing is interesting. The So there's a tag for environmental sustainability at the CNCF level. If you're not familiar, tags, technical advisory group, those sit at the CNCF level and they advise like all CNCF projects.
They used to be called SIGs, fun fact. It was very confusing.
Very confusing because there was a SIG contributor strategy and a SIG contributor experience, and
One
it
of
was
them was
hard.
CNCF and one of them was Kubernetes.
And yeah,
Yeah.
there was no real delineation between the two. Anyways, so I was on the TOC call this week, and they were presenting on a work group that they wanted to spin up around communications about getting the word out about what they were doing. And I was like late to the meeting and walked in literally as they were starting to explain this concept that, I then chimed in and said, hey, here's the repo for the Kubernetes contributor comp sub project if you want it. We're here if you have any questions. And then immediately Emily Fox was like, Chris Schwartz here and just said, check this out. And if you have any questions, there's already a team like this that exists in the CNCFRE. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
CNCFRE. I'm going to use
Yeah.
that.
um, did they have any immediate questions or anything? No. But, I just told them like, hey, we're here. We're in the Slacks. We're doing the stuff.
It's
Come
so
on by
awesome.
if you need questions, whatever.
Makes me so happy.
Yeah, no, like talk about right place, right time. The second thing I wanted to bring up was so Bob had not a tirade. I'm not going to call it a tirade, but we were talking about, I think, in the ContribEx meeting earlier this week about the CLA, how complicated that whole process is for some folks.
What ContribEx meeting earlier this week? Last
Uh,
week?
Maybe last week. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Everything is a blur. Sorry.
Sorry. Just making
Um,
sure I didn't miss it.
no, yeah, no, I don't think there was. I think it was last week potentially.
Cool.
But so yeah, like folks were having a hard time finding it, digging it up, whatever kind of thing. And I said, in the conf channel, I mentioned this was 3 days ago. So one of our devs just wrote a guide on how to sign the CLA, and I somehow don't remember it being this complicated. I guess it really has gotten rough around the everything, but it covers easy CLA, get DM, and GitHub settings, etc. So when I say our devs, AWS dev, but they actually walked through the entire process from end to end, GitHub, the whole 9 yards, Git DM, everything, and I was like, we don't have this. We just don't have this in the community. We do. It's just on GitHub, and it's not super discoverable. So
hmm
I tossed the question out there, should we turn this into a proper web page, the CLA? Tim immediately responded, +1 for the proper web page when he saw it the next morning. So I think that is definitely something someone on this team could just like, I'll stick it on the board and anyone can pick that up. And all you're doing is taking the existing markdown file and figuring out A, how we keep it consistent with the website, and then B, should we just make the website the source of truth? So yeah, I don't know. There's some work to be done there, Federico. Maybe you could help navigate that, but I feel like anybody could actually do the work.
Also might be a good
Absolutely.
idea for, Also might be good for Sujay if no one in particular is
True.
excited about it.
Yeah.
It'd be a good thing for Sujay to learn. But
can you
don't let that stop you if you're interested.
Yeah, exactly. Can you send me the notes, Doc? I'm having a horrible time bookmark.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Thank you. No, it's totally my fault. It's totally my fault because I was supposed to pull it up before the meeting.
All good. I usually put it in the chat and I didn't do that. So there it is.
Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. So let me put all that in the notes. Unless you did it.
I did.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's see. That's it, I think. Yeah, that's all I got for new stuff, I think.
I put a couple. Oh, I guess those are new things. We should probably put like new items before updates, big wins. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because that's what we do go over first. I'll fix the template.
I mean, it's not what we go over first, but maybe it should be.
All right, let's do this.
I'm going to move it for today's.
All right, I'll fix the template.
Perfect. I didn't actually do the attendees. I should do that.
See, that's what I normally do. All right.
Champion.
All right. So yeah, the people had struggle finding it. Yeah. Perfect. Take the markdown file, keep it consistent with. So I'm not sure Kate's IO/dev. I'm not sure which site it would live on, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. Kate's.dev is what I meant to type there.
Oh, okay.
I figured that it would be dev.
I was thinking as well, dev.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing I feel like we have missing from that section. Also, don't get me started on how I can't remember if it's under one section or the other on the dev site.
Yeah. They are going to have that working session.
Yes, I am the one that put it in, and I
Perfect.
really want to work on it because there's documentation, there's community, and there's resources. What's the difference? They're all technically resources.
So you could do this there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I'm not sure why these were created the way they were. I'm sure they made sense at the time, but to me, it's just kind of confusing on where do I go for X still? And that's what this site's supposed to fix. So hopefully, I know the attention will probably be more back end related, but maybe during Contributor Summit, there will be some progress made and organization cleanup, that kind of thing.
Maybe.
Right now, to be honest, for that one, I think I need to do some work before the summit to actually say, like, where are all the issues for the website, right? Like, let's dive into that, and do we have the right issues open, kind of thing. And I know where they are. I just need to make sure we are addressing them or not, because I know there's some really tough stuff that Josh wanted to do with the site at one point, I think. I forget. But anyways.
Sounds like a thing that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That'd be awesome to work on, I think. All right. Cool. So with that, shall we move into the updates, big wins?
Why not? Let us go.
First one was me, which was a reminder that this is my last meeting. Yay!
Yay!
For 2 to 3 meetings. Depending on how that goes. So y'all have fun while I'm gone.
Nice. Yeah, no, we'll try. So I just want to say something real quick. The number of times I have talked about how the Kubernetes registry change actually went down to folks the past like week and a half, 2 weeks. That was quite impressive, right? Like the speed with which we did it, the response, as a result of a crisis, all of that has been like really well received when I tell the story. I just want to point that out. So maybe we should do something with that, kind of a
Yeah.
faces
Write a
of
blog
the
post or something.
contributor blog post. Yeah, something, right? Like behind the scenes during the crisis kind of thing. I don't know. But when I explain it to people, they're like, holy crap, I didn't realize it was that pervasive. Right. And then it's like, oh, you actually reached out to other vendors too. Cool. And like all these other things that we did.
I like the idea.
I mean,
Be a
yeah,
great story.
it is a great story. I just don't know the right.
Great resource.
Yeah. Like,
I think case.dev is like low risk.
I think so.
Nobody realizes that there's a blog there.
Yeah. I don't remember if did we do a retro on that? There was one. There had to be one.
Well, we kept saying there should be one, and then we never did it. It was on our board forever.
That's right. God.
So I worded it that way at first, but registry change.
Dims, myself, and Christoph should probably work on that, to be honest with you. But because like my perception of how things went is probably very different than Dims's, very different than Christoph's, and very different than anybody else that worked at Google.
Christoph use F's or PH?
PH.
Okay. For some reason I thought it was 2 F's, and I was like, that does not look right.
I would like my name to be Christ off.
That would be
hilarious, but very confusing. Yes. So yeah, that story has resonated with a lot of like folks that aren't doing Kubernetes. So it's just one of those things.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, the community did really good on that one, I feel like, given the circumstances where in the past, Docker Shem, we have not done good. So it's night and day now, which is amazing for us.
Examples.
Like. Yeah, it's completely night and day.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Next item on the to-do list is Sunpun is running a project for us. Would you like to talk about it, Sunpun? Oh, Avnish is on too. Sunpun is muted if you're trying to talk.
No, yeah, he has problems with the mic.
Oh, did he put in chat? I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But the post planning sheet is ready. 2 tweets have been drafted, or posts have been drafted. And so they're ready to go after review. How do you want to handle review, Sundapan? Do you want, obviously I'm not going to be able to do it for the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to be at KubeCon, so it's probably going to take me a while to be able to review things. And Chris is busy too. I don't know if you want to sign up for reviewing.
I can review anything, right? Like it doesn't take me long. It just depends what state you give it to me in.
Frederico would also be great at reviewing, since you are the blog person.
Sure. Hey, Avinash.
Welcome, Avinash.
Sure.
Did I not put I put a link to the doc in the notes as well.
Thank you. So it's
It's like cool. It's a chip.
This is cool. So what am I reviewing, I guess, is the question.
What do you need review on?
Yeah. The column D, I guess.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can look at that.
Cool. And this is 29 posts to write.
Ouch.
If you want to try to recruit people who aren't very familiar with the community to help out with that, you could do that like we do with the KubeCon posts. I think you have enough information here that maybe folks could help, but also they need a little bit of context about the community, maybe. So you might have to provide that context if you get totally new folks who don't understand anything.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you need help generating or crafting or whatever, some messaging. Because I get it, a lot of this stuff might not be understandable by Kubernetes lay person. Yeah.
Average new contributor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you think about who you would like to help out with this? And we'll do our best to support you. Not me. I won't, but we as a group will do our best to support you in getting the help that you need.
I have added this doc to our shared Google Drive.
Excellent. Yeah, that's amazing. And it's so hard to navigate Google Drive sometime for me.
Yeah, I know. They've done some things to make it better.
Yeah. Cool. So Chris, if you could review those two that are already there, and then we should probably put this on the board to check in on each week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so we'll do that when we get to the board. And to board. See if we remember to do that. And the last item on our notes for right now is Federico. I assume.
Yeah. So yeah, the conformance spotlight article was published. So that's
yay!
That's yet an update. Yeah.
Exciting! Thank you so much, Federico, for doing that. Love to see it.
Not at all. Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations on another spotlight.
I mean, make sure. I know we share it out, but do I share it out automatically?
Yeah.
Let me confirm.
Also, I should have asked Arpit to do this, but I never really did a special tweet for the steering election results.
No, somebody did.
A bunch of folks tweeted about it, but I don't think Kate's contributors did.
Well, we mentioned the blog post that came out.
Yeah, but it did the auto mention of the blog post. And then I was when I saw that come out, I was like, well, I could do another one that also points to the blog post, but I did not feel particularly inclined to go and do that.
I mean,
so I just let it be, but maybe next time.
If somebody wants to gen one up, yeah, sure. I'll push it through. But I mean, at this point, we've kind of lost contact with the event almost. I don't know. The thing we're communicating about, I should say.
I'm going to put the annual report posts in progress. That sound good?
Sure.
And then let me grab that link.
Let's go.
And this is led by Sandapan. Oh shoot! I never did remind Arpit to put in his PR for.
I'll do it right now.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
He's got everything, right? He's got everything we need.
I think so. If not, I mean, a lot of the stuff he did is not PRs because he helped a lot with the election comms. So,
ooh, good point. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also has a spotlight in progress, but that one's not done yet. We could wait, but I think go ahead.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. If that comes out while I'm in Japan, I will still try to +1 it.
I mean, I'll make sure we have people sign off accordingly. Don't worry.
Cool. All right. So shall we do the board?
Let's board it up.
Cool. Do you want to lead the board or shall I?
Go ahead. You're sharing the screen. I don't want to.
I am sharing the screen.
Yeah, I don't want to break that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, for the benefit of folks on here who may run a meeting at some point in the future. It's not required that you share the screen. In all of the other meetings, we do not share screens. But at some point we decided that it made things a little bit easier for folks on this call. So I started doing it. So that has kind of become the standard in here. It's not required, but if you enjoy it, then you should do it. If it's easy for you. If it's too hard, don't worry about it. Yeah. Cool. So let's do ready for review stuff.
Yay.
Is the update for Comms Tech Lead not in yet? Oops.
Oh, wait. All right.
Ooh.
LGTM approve.
Yeah, I think do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah. I did not actually really look over that, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
Kubernetes site. Just okay.
Yeah, he replaced tweets with buffer.
Tech lead shadow overview.
Capitalized contributor site. Added in the information that a shadow is expected to take over the role.
Beautiful. Shadow eligibility is below that. Awesome. Yeah, this looks great to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Lovely. Yeah. Excellent. LGTM done approved. So hopefully that will be done very soon.
Mm-hmm. All right. You want to move that to Dawn? Did you just do that? It's running. It's actively.
I don't know if it would automatically do it or not.
Oh,
I don't want to see if it will.
Let's find out. Yeah.
Yeah. Might as well leave it for a few minutes. It should update to the purple icon.
Right.
So one time it
very
didn't.
Least.
So
yeah.
It looks like
I remember for a while we had no idea how to change the name on the actual board too, so that's totally a thing.
Yeah. Boards are an adventure.
Projects.
So we'll leave that for a minute.
GitHub projects are an adventure. Anyways.
Yeah. The next item is add Spotlight blog for SIG release. Nitish is not on today, but Federico, do you have any updates on the release blog? Quite a lot of reviewing going on this one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah. So can you? Yes. There's a couple of more reviews coming from the docs team on top of the ones that we've added before. I think that the ones that were pending from last week are still in need of some action there, and then there's the new ones. I think that there was a surge of things that the reviewers needed to do, so we've been asked to adjust some of the publishing dates. So I guess that's why we now have new comments there, because they are pushing through the pipeline. I don't have more to say except that it's just a matter of addressing those comments.
Okay.
Sometimes blog reviews are messy.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
A good example.
Yeah, and this is on par with others. There's always I find myself making the same exact mistake, spotlight after spotlight, because there are some things which when you're writing it passes by you without any second thought. So yeah.
So with that, like, I think I've mentioned this before. Should we have a style guide of some sort or anything like that? I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways we could help with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I linked to the style guide of
Kate's blog, right?
SIG Docs. Yeah, there's they have a style guide, and that is what I've been using.
Cool. Yeah,
and I think that it should be good enough, because I mean, if it's the style guide for the website,
right,
it
should work
where
for
we
us.
end up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we end up mirroring stuff there as well. So But if there's something specific, I'm not opposed to
I
do
would
it,
love. Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, I need to go find them and read them myself. I I am curious if there's something additional we could add on to kind of help you or help others navigate so that they don't
Now, I think
have
a
so
good
many paper
idea,
cuts,
actually.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, is to go to the last, I don't know, five spotlights and other articles and see if we detect some common
Yeah.
corrections that are always, they always seem to be missed. And if so, just make a note of them and be sure that our documentation, our specific documentation makes them more visible to those writing the articles.
Yeah.
Blogging. I got distracted by a ping during that, but woohoo.
No, I'll go get the SIG Doc style guide, review them, and see what we can add to our own or their
Frederico has been doing a
stuff.
great job of keeping our blogging guidelines up to date. Doubt there's much. I mean, always good to check again, but
no, I really appreciate all the work you're doing, Federico. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
If I could give you an award now,
well, it's easy because of the good company, so no worries there.
Well, there you go. Okay, that works. That reminds me, Caslin, I wanted to bounce an idea off you, but
please do
later.
Cool.
Not on this call.
Also, I have a meeting right after this, by the way, so
I do too. So I'll slack you later.
Perfect. Sorry, let me answer a ping real quick.
Oh, no problem. Here, I'll run with it.
Do you want to start talking about the next one? SIG architecture production readiness.
Readiness spotlight. What's up with that?
Yeah, that one is under review.
Cool.
And that's it. So I think that we have some comments from the docs team there. Not sure, but it's it should be ready by next week.
Cool.
That one we had I changed the dates because that is the second one. So the first one was just published. So now it's I'll update the date for somewhere next week, and by then it should be published. There are a couple of more in the pipeline for SIG architecture. But I mean, I've got an update today from the API governance one, so that should be close to the next one, but nothing major. I have they are almost there, but still not quite the state that I can put them in HackMD.
Nice. All right. Sorry, I'm being distracted by somebody. All right, cool. So next one is SIG Arc. No, wait, is that the same thing?
Appears to be.
Are there two different issues though?
Like, is one of them a PR and one of them an issue?
And then one is a work
I think one is the issue and the other is the PR that will close the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Maybe we should just use one. I'm not sure which one. Maybe we should just track one of
just track the
just
work
the PR,
progress.
for example.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyways, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a work in progress because I still had some spell checking to do. I actually did it, but I forgot to retitle. So that's the next step on my plate. Yeah.
Cool. I don't see anybody from the LWKD team, but I know they're working on an issue template and have been.
Yeah, that's like 3 weeks old at this point. I think it's probably settled.
I hope. I mean, I would like to bounce it off FICA real quick, I guess.
Cool. I'll leave it on there then. I had intended to look over it more closely this week. I know when I looked over it briefly during the meeting, it looked good.
Cool.
But I have doubts that we will get to it while I'm gone, but we can leave it. Not that I would get to it while I was here, but
All right.
Maybe it's more likely to happen while I'm not here. Next item is the spotlight on the Contributor Summit.
Yeah, that's Frederico again. It's almost like you deserve an award
almost
or something.
Like he just deserves an award or something.
Which one? Sorry, it's the
Contributor Summit
Contributor
Spotlight.
Summit Spotlight.
Yeah, that's being reviewed in HackMD. I guess that it's there sufficiently enough for me to open the PR.
Okay.
So the content is there. It's Noah has already checked it. So I'll open the PR and add it to ready for review.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome.
Right. In progress. SIG Kate's Infra Spotlight. Who is on that? Is that Avalanche?
No.
Arpit?
That is Bishal.
Shal, sorry.
He's not here today.
I don't have all your little face icons memorized.
Yeah. It can be hard to tell when they're tiny.
So yeah, Spotlight SIG architecture. 2 folks are on that, it looks like. Anything there? Anybody?
So the SIG architecture spotlight is mainly Federico again.
Yeah. Conformance PR opened. Oh wow.
It's the book reading club
architecture spotlight.
No, that is this is the umbrella
got
issue
it.
for and then
issue for the other ones in which we decided to go sub project by sub project. I'm just keeping it there, and I'll just close it in the end when everything is done.
Very good. Do you want to update on the book reading club while you're unmuted?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I've spoken with Carlos recently, and he's on it. So this was the week in which I said that I would contact him in order to have the content ready in the next week. So is up to it, and I suppose that next week we'll have the content.
Awesome. I really want to read that, but I'm gonna not.
Yes.
I'll see that when it comes out, probably. Unless it's still in review by the time I get back. Maybe I'll see it. I won't. Let's be real.
That's fine.
I'm excited to read it when it comes out, though.
Exactly. I can update the next one. Add all use cases. We
skipped one also, but you could do that because the next one is Sundipun on the SIG testing spotlight, and Sundipun was having sound issues. So write that out, Sundipun, while Chris updates us on the Zapier. Oh, he's got it.
Oh, cool. The SIG shares went through the final round of reviews for the Q&A responses for the spotlight yesterday. We are done with the answers. We can now move on to the next step. Wonderful. That's awesome.
I'm going to put that in your issue as the status.
Copy pasta. Works for me. That's awesome. I'm glad they are responsive.
Yeah.
Write this down. Zapier.
You are Sundipun Panda, right?
Oh,
pretty sure that's right.
That's right. Don't get me started on the Slack to GitHub conversion.
Yeah, that is a whole thing. Yeah, yours is the same in both, which is nice.
I did that intentionally because my GitHub is a one-off. It has a hyphen, so if you're working in a developer community, sometimes I feel like you need to have your GitHub title as your actual title. So it helps.
Cool.
I think you can change it too. Anyways,
next one.
Zapier, Kate's documentation. I have been mired in a number of technical and non-technical problems that has prevented me from even touching that at this point. Case in point, I'm wiping and reloading my work laptop for the second time in 24 hours. So yeah, but it's on my radar, and it'll get done eventually. So
Cool.
Okay, cool.
I think that's perfectly fine for that.
Yeah. Well, I can update that.
You'll do it at Contributor Summit.
Maybe, who knows?
Ooh, Avinash is interested in helping.
Cool.
Y'all should have a mentoring session, go over it or something.
Yeah.
Because
For me,
meetings
it's
are how
just-
I get work done.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, not a joke.
Cool. Yeah, no, I just need to document all the cases in Word format, and then do it in Mermaid, and then make it a markdown file and done.
Yep.
So, yeah. But yeah, the Zapier account itself has been running very smoothly, so that's good compared to my personal Zapiers that are just failing left and right. So that's encouraging.
And then the next one, SIG node, is Arpit, who's not here. SIG release is Nitish, who we already talked about, is not here, and he's working on one part of that. And then the next one is tech lead shadow requirements, which Sujay is not here, but we also just reviewed that. It should be done now. This is a good reminder to go check that.
Yeah.
I'm going to move that copy of that over, and update comms tech lead has switched to merge, but it did not move to done automatically. So we will move it to done.
Okay.
I am a-okay with that. An excuse to drag and drop something on the board.
Yay.
Next one, KubeCon tweets. I haven't really looked at that this week, but every post is claimed.
Nice.
Last I checked. Even though we implemented that limit, I think it was still all claimed. Let me double check here. I'll open it up. It's a little slow to load. This doc is getting a little big.
Already.
I did claim a couple for myself, which I haven't written yet. I may write them last minute because I can do that. I have to write this one last minute because it's the post thanking everyone who actually did end up going in and writing posts. So I will probably do the Meet the Kubernetes. If you want to do that, actually, Chris, you're also welcome to. I claimed the one for the Meet the Kubernetes contributors.
Oh, yeah.
Thing.
When do we need that out?
It's on the last day of the conference, so I mean, worst case, we posted on we put it in buffer on Thursday. That one has some wiggle room.
I can spend something. We need to have reminders throughout the week, I think.
Oh, we are missing no one has claimed the 2 keynote ones on the last day. Or the keynotes on that day. So just the keynotes need to be claimed.
Can you
So I think it's in good shape.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you think it's in good shape.
Yeah.
And
there's a couple of maintainer track blocks and other keynotes that needs to be claimed as well.
Let me tag,
which is good.
One.
There's probably 7 unclaimed left.
I'm sure.
5? No, 7. It is 7, which is our limit. So one more person could take the rest of them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We are still left to write down the summit post, right?
So folks just write the posts in this spreadsheet, and then I'm hoping that the folks who are helping with this, which is Sujay, Nitish, and was that you, Avinash? There's one more person. Arpit, probably. I'll have to check my docs. I think it's Arpit, Sujay, and Nitish have volunteered to help me with this. And I have asked them, and we'll ask them again before I leave, to, once all of these are filled in, put them into buffer as ready for approval. And then when I get back, I will go through and review all of them and approve them. Or you can.
I'll just do it every week, basically. Let me set up a reminder now.
That works. You should talk with them then. I'll add you to that thread.
Thank you.
If you want them to go ahead and put them in every week, they can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can add as they go. I don't see a reason to make this like a significant copy pasta event.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll just do a weekly reminder for
as much work as I've put into making this like a standard, easy to follow process. I feel like it's very confusing. I think I have failed here somehow.
It's confusing in the sense of we try to distribute it evenly amongst contributors, I think, right? Like that's where
which was important to me.
Blurry. Yeah, like we can address that through documentation later if necessary.
Which it has the instructions, but
right.
Nobody reads them.
So I'm sorry, who was leading that?
Sujay, Arpit, and Nitish.
Sujay, stop autocorrecting.
Yeah. Sujay and Nitish both helped with this last time. Sujay had more time last time to help with it. So he, I would say, is the most familiar. And he's been doing a great job with like keeping an eye on it. And he proposed the 7 post limit.
Yeah, no, he came to me with a 7 number. I was like, that makes sense. If you get more people, you can always reduce
I think he
it,
posted it in the group chat.
Yeah.
So they are ready and willing to help if I could just guide them more effectively. Cool. I appreciate you being willing to step in there and help out. Oh, yeah, it says here in the thing, actually. Sujay to help write tweets, Arpit to help manage the process. Sujay is helping to manage the process as well. And Nitish wants to help as well.
Cool. We hit the priority as high on this one. Put the URL in, and I'll be on my merry little way with that reminder.
So the only work that is remaining is to take the post and put it in buffer, right?
Yes. Make sure all of the posts get written and put them into buffer. Do you want to help as well, Avinash? Cool.
Yeah.
I am good with whoever helping who wants to help.
Right.
As long as I don't have to do this all by myself, I'm happy.
Yeah, we don't want you to do this all by yourself, to be honest.
Yeah. I've had to do that a couple times.
I feel like I've done a bad job of that in the past, so I need to step up here.
It's okay. We do what we can, and it's always like it's leading up to KubeCon. We're all busy. We make it work, but the more we can distribute it, I think the better.
As I pointed out in the CNCF, so I go to the CNCF marketing meetings for AWS as our sponsorship allows us. So someone mentioned the closeness of KubeCon to reInvent and how difficult that was for them to manage. And this was a startup. And I was on the call and I said, hey, think about it from my side. I'm planning reInvent. Someone else is working on KubeCon on my team. Like, we have to divide and conquer just like y'all, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like we have thousands of marketing people on standby for third-party events. We just don't. Yeah. It's all on us. So yeah,
it is amazing how grassroots the KubeCon planning is at Google.
Yeah.
There's a lot more people involved with it now, but that first one that we did when our first one back was, I think that was Detroit last year.
Was it?
I think it was. Okay. We were pretty late getting back to the showcase, and it was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It happened. Also, Sandipan said in the chat that he can also help. So basically, everyone is more than willing to help you out. So if you post in the just the big group chat, hey, I want someone to put these posts into buffer each week. Please sign yourself up for a week.
You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let me
list the weeks and here, put your name. This will be your responsibility. I find that's the best way to do things is like you can clearly see what your responsibility is and your name is next to it. That's the way it's most likely to get done. Also, we have 8 minutes left. The only other thing in the in progress column is the annual report post, which we already talked about. And then the rest is just the to-dos. SIG API machinery is available. Guidelines for sensitive and user impacting comms. You could do that as part of your registry stuff.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Promote new contributor workshop content. Still no word. I have doubts.
Yeah, no, at this point in the ball game, it is.
It's not happening.
Yeah. It's either going to be announced at the contributor summit, and that's going to be like the morning we see it. Is it going to be that morning? And we'll be like, yeah, let's announce it.
Yep. And Chris and I will be on our phones trying to get the post in.
It'll be great.
And
Can't wait.
Notify
This is going to be a fun contributor summit.
It is. It is. It's going to be super, super fun. I did all of the art for this contributor summit. I'm just going to point
I'm very
out.
proud of you, and it's very good.
I'm extremely proud.
Also, I'm wearing this today.
Nice. That was Josh, but
I know. I just, you two are the artists of the group, so I want to make sure that I represent y'all well.
Yeah, when I found out that Josh made those, I was like, what?
He's incredibly skilled at
so good.
Lots of things that you would not expect.
Yep. He's one of those people who just like jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
He was at WasmCon.
Mm-hmm.
Fun story. Also on the recording. That's fine. He
wait.
was on WasmCon. He was at WasmCon and we had dinner and we ended up just talking about cooking because he's also very skilled with cooking and has like actual culinary training. He has actual like art training. He's a potter. He does
like chef school, all that
he's
stuff.
Done, culinary.
Like truly like worldly.
And has done some amazing like development work as well.
Oh yeah. No,
work,
don't even
obviously.
get me started on like the database work he's done.
Yeah, you name it. Josh knows it. And is fascinating to talk to about it.
Yeah. It's wild.
We had an interesting conversation about going to Japan one time.
Josh was always the one that was trying to lead the contributor summits in China before things got weird.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Josh,
I'm so excited for India next year.
Yeah.
India. I wonder when it's going to be.
I have never been to India.
I haven't either.
And I kind of want to, obviously, but I don't know if it'll be that one time or what. We'll see. But I feel like, we've ignored that country long enough as a group.
Yeah.
They need big event.
Yeah. It's going to be huge. It's going to be so packed.
Yeah.
Will there be a quiet room? India? I have doubts.
Hey.
Cool. So that is our agenda for today. Anything else folks want on the recording in these last 4 minutes?
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for coming, and thank you, everybody that is watching. We will catch you next week.
Bye-bye.